Tristyn Lee is not on steroids, and this is why. Okay, so this is based on my opinion and not actual facts. However, I believe with my expertise and experience and knowledge that I can convince you guys that Tristyn Lee is natural. Okay, so first off, let me talk about him and his physique. He is shredded to the bone. In order to become shredded and to maintain your shreddedness, you people need to understand calorie and physique manipulation. He understands that very well. He's like a expert in this situation. So with that being said, he knows what it takes in order to stay shredded. He knows how many calories his body needs in order to stay shredded, right? And typically, if you just stay in a calorie deficit, you will always stay shredded if you stay in a calorie deficit. If you eat in a surplus, you will gain weight or fat. So if you just stick with a calorie deficit every single day, year round, you will stay shredded year round. However, a lot of people cannot do this because it is mental for them. A lot of people go crazy, a lot of people get cravings, a lot of people feel sick, and so on and so forth. But there's a lot of people out there that can do this, and this is what Tristyn Lee does. Okay, second thing he does is that he focuses on no carbs. Okay, so he utilizes the ketogenic diet. Okay, so by staying in calorie deficit and utilizing the keto diet, he is a fat burning machine. He will be burning fat throughout the day, every single day, year round, if he stays on this keto diet and a calorie deficit phase. Okay, so those two things automatically will make you shredded, and it will make you ripped to the bone. Just going on a keto diet itself will make you shredded and make you lose a ton of fat. So this is how he is able to maintain his shreddedness. It is not due to steroids, okay? And third off, he works out like a fucking animal. Anyone that has that much passion when it comes to working out and dieting, anyone can achieve it, right? This is not like a supernatural thing for advanced, bodybuilders. When advanced bodybuilders look at Tristyn Lee, they don't see him as a prized possession per se. Now, those who are beginners, those who are newbies to bodybuilding, will definitely idolize Tristyn Lee because he looks very insanely shredded, which makes people think that, he's like a Greek god or some type shit, or he's on steroids. And so this is why people make these claims and whatnot. But now let's discuss about steroid use. So if you look at Tristyn Lee's physique, he's not full at all. He is not full by any means. And if he was on steroids, in my opinion, his muscles will be more popped. They'll be more popping. They'll have that more of a 3D look to his physique. He doesn't look full. He looks very soft, a little bit bland, and just very muscular. The lines and the rip and the shreddedness makes him look like a fucking freak. But he doesn't look like an actual freak, right? He doesn't look like he's on steroids. There is no pump, or there is no pop to his muscles. There is no 3D look to his muscles. And his muscles aren't that well developed. Look at his chest, look at his legs, look at pretty much the only thing he has is his arms, okay? But if you look at everything else, it doesn't really tie in together like a steroid user would have, in my opinion, right? And if he was to be on steroids, in my opinion, I think he would have more muscle mass on his frame. He will be definitely packing on more muscle. He may weigh more, or whatever the case might be, but he's very skinny. He doesn't weigh a lot, and he doesn't have that much muscle mass, okay? And if you go on YouTube and search up like Tristyn Lee in person or whatever, you can find videos of people talking about Tristyn Lee in person versus online, and how it's all about camera angles and whatnot, which is completely true. People who make selfies or pictures or videos on their Instagram, they're doing it in a way where they could capture the best angles. And when you have a good angle, right, it's an illusion. And when you create this illusion, it's a fake appearance type like thing, okay? Like just like women, how they pop out their butts to make their booty look bigger, but in reality it's flat as like a pancake. So with that being said, Tristyn Lee is definitely not on steroids. I could probably bet my life on that. And if he was on steroids, golly, he is doing a horrible, terrible job. Horrendous job, I should say. Right? But no, okay, and you can maintain muscle mass while being in calorie deficit. You cannot really build muscle mass while being in a calorie deficit, but you can maintain muscle mass. It's not like Tristyn Lee's getting bigger by any means. He's not. If he compares his physique from today, like 2 years ago, sure, like 2 years ago he was a little bit smaller, but his mass overall is pretty much the same, right? He hasn't changed anything over the years. But like I said, if he was on steroids, he would definitely be packing on more muscle mass, in my opinion. And that is that. And another thing is that I think if he was on steroids, he would be much stronger. Um, and I think that he would just be bigger overall, bigger and stronger and more freakier looking, like that 3D look, that pop to his muscles, that skin tearing fucking pump. You know, he doesn't have all that. The only thing he has is striations and shredded muscles, and striations typically come from good workouts, intensive workouts, and focus on mind to muscle connection, and that's it. I mean, if you focus on high protein, zero carbs, if you focus on fats, you could definitely maintain muscle mass, because when it comes to maintaining muscle or building muscle, you people need protein. Protein is a key element when it comes to maintaining mass and to create new muscle, right? So without protein, then you obviously won't maintain the muscle mass you have or build any new muscle. So Tristyn Lee isn't really building new muscle per se, but he is definitely maintaining it. And that's about it, people. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you guys think if he's on steroids, comment down below. I want to know you guys' thoughts about him. And if you think he is on steroids, let me know why. And explain thoroughly, because I've been following Tristyn Lee for years. And, you know, I've been trying to figure out what's his mind like and what's his approach to bodybuilding. And essentially, and this happens to a lot of people, is that if he stays shredded year round, he'll have all this attention, he'll have all the eyes on him, and this is why he is famous and popular today, because a lot of people see him as a freak, but in reality, as a true bodybuilder, or people who are just into bodybuilding, know and understand that Tristyn Lee is, yeah, he's a phenom, but he's not like one of the best out there. He's just hyped. He's a little bit young, that's why, and he's very short. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory from there. Thanks for watching.